Hi everyone, my name is Natalie Ledwell and this is The Inspiration Show. Today on the show I have a guest with me, Terri Levine. How are you, Terri?
I'm great, Natalie. Good to be with you.
Great to have you here. Now, Terri has an awesome story, which I'll get her to share with you in just a moment, of how she went from working in a soulless environment or doing it tough to actually not just doing something that she loves, but to empower other people to do the same. So she has some great information to share. So Terri, why don't we start initially with your story and how you got into doing this type of work?
Well, I was in corporate America and I was really miserable. I was overweight, unhappy, my hair falling out, and I had what I call a wake-up call. My mother died of emphysema, and 7 days later, my very good friend died of breast cancer. And I really woke up and thought, life is too short. It's not about doing the work I wasn't in love with, and it was about finding my true passion and doing what I was inspired to do.
Yeah. And so what was that?
It became coaching and consulting and helping other people hear their inner voice and what they're attracted to and what they're magnetized to and what they're called to do in the world and what inspires them to get up every day.
Right. Because I know that there's a lot of people in our Mind Movies community that, especially when they've been students of this, and that's my story. I've been a student of this information since I was 21 years old. And then I got to the point where I felt like if I can just get my message out there and share this with the world, you know, because the movie The Secret was a turning point for me. I'd never actually heard the law of attraction explained in that way before. I'm like, oh my God, everyone needs to know about this. So let's say that there's someone that's, you know, watching the show at the moment and it's like, you know what, I'd really like to help other people. Like, what kind of steps do they need to take to be able to get from where they are to doing that?
The first thing is really tapping into their own passion, because there's so many ways we can help people. What does that look like for you? How do you want to help other people? Do you want to actually take them by the hand and lead them somewhere? Do you want to inspire them? Do you want to write a book? Do you want to speak on a stage? Do you want to lead seminars with crowds of people? Do you want to volunteer? Do you want to shake your life up and change your career? So it's first getting some clarity within yourself and then visualizing and really waking up every day and seeing what it is you want to step into in the world of great possibilities.
Yeah. Okay. Well, our community knows all about visualizing. Okay. So do you have a process of how someone can figure out what it is? Because I know even with coaching, I mean, there are a bazillion different types of coaches. So how do you figure out which is the right avenue for you?
My very first book, like 20 years ago, is called Work Yourself Happy, and 5 simple steps, and we won't go through everything, but the first step is the basic one, and it's really simple. Go back through the decades of your life, decade by decade, and think about the things you were doing that came natural to you before somebody said, don't do that, or you shouldn't do that. What did you just love to do? What are you naturally gifted at? Decade by decade. For example, for me, I was always told, oh, Terri, you're such a good writer. It comes natural to me. I was always told, oh, you're such a good speaker. It comes natural to me. Take those things that come natural, that you're brilliant at, and start to put those things together, because those are easy, effortless, and simple.
Yeah. So is it also a process of maybe looking at what we're good at as well? Like, you know, I think to asking friends, like, you know, if you can't figure it out, because sometimes, you know, it's easy for us to see it for other people, but we don't see it for ourselves. So maybe asking friends is another way we could do that too.
That's part of the step. You're cheating. Love it, Natalie.
There you go.
Yes, you want to ask friends, family, coworkers, colleagues. We can't always find the answers within ourselves, so ask other people and say, what do you think I'm good at? Because sometimes the things that we're good at come so easily to ourselves, we don't even see them.
Absolutely, absolutely. All right, so let's say that someone's like, right, okay, I know what I want to do. Like I have, you know, we work with coaches as well, and I have one lady who's, you know, she's specializing in midlife for women, because, you know, we get to a point where we kind of, well, and me included, feel numb and lost, and, you know, what does it all mean? So she's helping people in that respect. I have other people that are health coaches. So once we've kind of decided, okay, this is what we want to do, what's the next step? Like, how do we get that out there?
So then you have to find what resonates with you. And one of the things people, I think, don't do quite right yet in marketing is they try to follow traditional marketing that doesn't feel good. And if you think about the law of attraction, I look at it as magnetizing what you want. Don't go out and do marketing that doesn't resonate with you. I love to speak. I love to talk to people in person. I'm a hugger. I have to feel people. So I have to go out and do live networking and live speaking and appear publicly. What do you love to do? If you don't like to sit back and do internet marketing, don't do that. If you don't like to go speak in public, don't do that. So now it's figuring out the day-to-day marketing that really feels good to you. So now your marketing actions are in alignment with who you are.
Yeah, absolutely. And so there's different ways that we can coach, right? Especially now with the internet. I mean, talk about a game changer and being able to help us leverage our time and really to reach more people.
Absolutely, and that's really the fun part. You know, when I first started like 20 years ago, there was this little speck of the internet. Now you can reach an abundance of people, and you can figure out all the different ways you want to play. So you can use social media, you can podcast, you can use social media as TV, you can do Google Hangouts. There are so many ways that you can play. And look at your marketing as a way to play, a way to communicate, a way to leverage and optimize to reach your broad audience. It's fun.
Yeah, it is. And I think, too, the key is just to find one, like, you know, if you're good at podcasts and audios, then just do that, you know. And then when you get really good at that, then look at something else. Because I think when we look at, you know, the internet, even just the internet, like, you know, there's blogging, there's podcasts, there's, you know, there's online TV shows, there's a whole bunch of stuff that we can do. I think if you just choose one, it kind of really helps to get you started anyway.
I really agree with that. I think sometimes people are doing too many things, and I say to my clients over and over and over again, one focus, one goal, one focus, one. Get really good at one thing and then add a second. And really, I say never do more than 3. You don't need to do more than 3. Leverage and optimize 3 different things.
Absolutely. So are you still training coaches right now? Are you still working with coaches? What are the type of people that you work with now?
I love to work with coaches, and I also love to work with consultants, and they're really 2 different breeds. You know, coaches are so much about helping people and helping them find their own answers, and consultants are really playing a game of, I'm going to really get in there, do a lot of implementation and strategizing, and I love both. Different kinds of people, different kinds of areas of work. I love both. They both challenge me tremendously, and I enjoy working with both, so it helps me to expand my brain, and I enjoy both immensely.
Awesome. So I'm assuming there's a certain type of mindset that someone needs to possess to be able to be a great coach, or to, you know, to set up their online, you know, business. You know, what do you think are some of the keys to the type of mindset people need to adopt?
That's a great question. First of all, they truly have to be willing to be flexible. It takes a great deal of flexibility. You're going to work with all different kinds of people, whether you're working with businesses or individuals. So you have to be flexible. Second of all, you have to understand business is cyclical. There will be ups, there will be downs, and you want to just kind of roll with it. And I'm a not only firm believer in the law of attraction. You know, my concept is magnetize different things, and sometimes things, people, circumstances come into your life and they seem like a total disaster, but you know what? They're absolutely perfect gifts and gems. So you want to be the kind of person that is willing to accept whatever it is that comes, bless it, have gratitude for it, and really honor the experiences as they come. I think those personality traits make great consultants and coaches.
Yeah, I agree. And, you know, I think also what sets aside a successful business from a mega successful business is combining both business skill and success principles, don't you think?
I agree. I call it inner and outer blending of technologies.
Yeah.
But the inner consciousness and balance and the outer actions. And when you have those 2, you're so well grounded and poised to be really super successful.
Yeah, absolutely. Because I think, you know, there is certain that your business skill, your conscious work and business skill will get you to a certain point. But then if you want some kind of miraculous, you know, amazing out of the box event to happen, you know, for example, with my children's program, you know, I have a personal development for children, which I'm just getting off the ground now. And I had a phone call this morning with a lady from South Africa who found me through an email from somebody else who has access to nearly every school in Africa, has a TV show, and but the thing is, the reason that I attracted her into this sphere is because I have an intention that I'm setting to make sure that I reach a certain amount of teachers in a certain amount of countries, and so these opportunities are coming to me. Yes, there is the business school behind it, but I think that you need to be applying both to really be able to, to be super successful. So
and that's the law of attraction with action. It's having the intention and also putting the action with it. I think that's the magic formula, so to speak.
Yeah, absolutely. So tell me, what are you up to today? Like, I know that you've written several books. What's the latest book that you've written for us?
So I just finished writing a book. It's not released quite yet, and it's a book called Turbocharge Your Business Consulting and Your Coaching Career. Might be renamed. And prior to that, I'd written 2 books with J. Conrad Levinson, the father of guerrilla marketing, right before he passed, and that was really exciting for me. So I write a diverse kind of a book these days, but the thing I'm most excited about is I'm just getting Business Consultant Institute off the ground, getting ready to train business consultants. That's brand new for me.
Wow, awesome! So you've got a lot of irons in the fire. So
yes.
Can you tell me about like an experience that you've had working with someone, how you've taken their business from being okay to being like successful?
I have one of my absolute all-time favorite clients who I just rave about. Her name is Mia Redrick, and she came to one of my events about 10 years ago. She had an idea to write a book called Mommy and Me, and she had this desire and a passion to really get it out there and to start her coaching business. She is so successful. She has her own television show. She's been on many, many famous people's TV shows. She's written several books. She's a best-selling author. She's a major spokesperson, and every time I see her somewhere, I'm so honored that I was one of her first coaches. That's the kind of person I love to represent.
Yeah, I know. How fulfilling is it that when you know someone has like an incredible story or experience, and you know that through their passion and their experience, they can really facilitate a massive change, that you actually get to help to get their message out there, and that's fantastic.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel like a grandmother, I feel very proud.
Yeah. So if you could leave people who are maybe thinking about setting up their coaching business or helping other people with one piece of advice, what would that be?
Don't wait. And I really mean that. I waited for 2 years carrying around a resignation letter every single day saying, I'm going to do it when, I'm going to do it when. And every one of those days was a day I wasn't living my passion. So don't wait. If it's in your heart to do something, do it. Enjoy your life today. Awesome.
Terri, thank you so much for joining me. It's been a pleasure talking to you today. So if people wanted to connect with you further, where can we send them to do that?
Todayscoaching.com. Today's Coaching.
Awesome. So guys, if you're watching this on the computer, you'll see the banner to the side, and if you're watching it on the app, you'll see the banner underneath. You can click that and go straight through to Terri's website. So thanks again, Terri.
Thank you, Natalie.
Now, don't forget, you can share this video by clicking the Facebook and the Twitter share buttons on this page, and leave your email if you haven't done so already, so I can send you the Manifesting with the Masters video e-course. It's actually valued at $87, and I'd love to send it to you for free. So until next time, remember to live large, choose courageously, and love without limits. We'll see you soon.